I mean, you look like you just walked in off the practice field. Do you need to catch your breath, Shaq?
Nah, I'm good.
It was kind of a long practice today, huh?
Yes, sir. Getting ready for a big opportunity this weekend.
That's probably going to be your full best, hardest practice of the week, right? It's going to you start to taper off now and get ready for Saturday because of the day. What kind of difference has it been thus far in the week? The change in the day, less in the week.
Just basically getting our body back right. The game is mental, so we still doing our same thing, routine throughout the week. Just not a heavy workload, not putting a lot of hitting on our body because I'm still hurting from Sunday night.
Right. So. What do you remember about the first meeting with the Patriots?
I mean, what I remember, we got after it. We had a great opportunity to win that game. We played great on defense. That's what I remember. It's been so long ago. So
right, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It is a long time. We got a Twitter poll up here today, Shaq, about how are the Bills better? Are they better? Biggest difference in the Bills from that back then, week 4 till now. I just said to Steve when you're walking out here, I have a hard time saying this is how they're better. It's not that it's been a steady climb, but you guys have gotten better in a lot of different ways, in a lot of kind of small different ways, I think. Do you agree?
Oh, yes, sir. We got better. That was week 4 of the season, so each week we got better. Faced a lot of adversity since that game, and continue. We've been working all 3 phases. It's just been it was week 4 was just early, so it's hard to tell where your team at right now.
And this has happened. What did I count the other day? 10 takeaways in the last 5 games, and that was not a struggle, but takeaways were lacking for a while there, first couple months of the season. Did you turn the corner somehow, or did you a different focus on taking the ball away?
Yeah, Coach Frazier and Coach McDermott preached that week in and week out. You got to think about it. The teams that have been winning Super Bowl and playoff game has been taking the ball away more than their opponents. So that's our goal. We've been focused on that throughout the week, is taking the ball away and force turnovers so we can get it back to our offense in good field position so they can make plays.
And certainly that changed for the Bills. You guys were kind of always digging out of a hole in the first half of the season where, Josh, in the last time he played the Patriots, he threw 3 interceptions and he had lost a fumble as well. And then they went through that stretch, starting about the Tennessee game. Then they finally stopped turning it over on the other side of the ball, and you guys started digging out of the hole and getting them on a positive side, and your turnovers started meaning more in wins than they did just trying to make it a closer loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So is there anything that, you got to appreciate the fact that those guys on the other side of the ball are getting a lot better.
Oh, yeah, they're getting a lot better. Like I said earlier, our team was just young, and we just trying to find ourselves, find our missing parts and everything. But those guys been fantastic through the last couple months. Josh playing best ball after I seen it as a quarterback, and the offense clicking, we feeding off each other, and special teams, so we all working together and trying to get a win, find a way to get a win.
Talking to Bills defensive end Shaq Lawson. After I was in the locker room Sunday in Pittsburgh, Sunday night after the game, and you got talking about being disrespected by Duck Hodges. That sticks to you guys, right? You feel that when somebody says something or maybe doesn't give you the kind of respect you're looking for going into a game, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. It just motivates us. Just motivate us. Like, we ain't say nothing all week. We just wait till the game and let the scoreboard do the talking and let our defense performance or what we did that game do the talking. Then I'm gonna say a few words after the game.
Well, I'm not blaming you. Did you say anything during the game to Hodges? Did you shout anything during the game?
Nah, not really. But I feel like after every turnover, every turnover we got, I was doing a little little duck thing. So, that's pretty much what I was saying. But I really didn't say too much to him at all.
A lot of things came together in this game last Sunday night against Pittsburgh, and your preparation really showed through. And in fact, right down to the song Renegade when it came on in the fourth quarter, Sean and those guys and DJ Milk and those guys were playing Renegade during your practices leading up to the week. So you got used to hearing that, right?
Yes, sir.
And you kind of turned it loose when they thought it was going to inspire the Steelers during that time. You guys really used it for your own motivation. That was kind of cool to see, right?
Oh, yeah, it was great to see. I felt like we played it so much at practice those couple of days, and when we first heard it during the game, I was like, man, we got to start just vibing to it, and then we just started dancing. And I just seen that last night, too. But we was all just dancing and enjoying it, and that's basically you knew what type of fourth quarter it was. Basically, how you could tell off the energy of the guys. We ain't phased from it at all. We fed off of it. Fed off it like it was part of our song. So
Yeah, they don't own that song.
man, we don't know that song at all. I definitely didn't know. We were just dancing, just vibing, and it was just a great time.
And it was nice too because the offense was on the field at that time. And it's supposed to be fire up the Steelers defense, and the Bills nicked them for that 40-yarder right off the bat. And everybody just put their towels back in their pocket and sat down.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, man, coach was playing it so much at practice. I really got tired of it because first I didn't know what the song was. I ain't never heard of it.
It's only 45 years old.
I was like, man, why we keep having this song on repeat at practice? So I'm like, all right, now that makes sense. So, man.
With Shaq Lawson. Hey, this happened too, and I did notice this Sunday, and you've had several times this year on the road, Shaq, where there's so many Buffalo fans. And obviously the Bills 6-1 on the road. By the end of the game, it turns into a Buffalo home game. It happened again Sunday night in Pittsburgh, didn't it?
Oh man, these fans is fantastic. You know, they travel everywhere, so it just felt like a home game to us. So we be on the road as defense players, getting the crowd crunk, and we in the way. So when you know you got that type of fan base, man, you know it's special. You know, those guys like they showed up 2:30 in the morning on a Monday for work to show us love, man. That's a special. You don't find that in a lot of places, and it's special at Buffalo.
I'll tell you what. One thing I'd ask you about, Murph and I were bumming because on Sunday night you had to wait till 8:30 at night to kick the game off. Explain how long of a day that is to sit there and wait on that, because it used to drive me nuts.
Man, it was a long day. You know, it was a long day. It felt like a college game to me, just sitting there waiting, watching games, meeting. Right. So, I mean, you just I really took a nap. I needed a big nap. So once I got past the big nap, I was great. So, I mean, that was just a long waiting on the 8:30 game.
Now, how are you going to change your routine for a 4:30 kick? Now, you had the Thanksgiving Day game was a 4:30 kick, too. So you go back to that and think about what that day was like? Or?
Oh, man, don't change your routine at all, man. We just prepare the same, you know. It's a day early, so we could continue to do the same, basically move everything up and prepare the same like we about to play on Sunday, you know.
Right. Got this question for you, Shaq. And so the Bills are in the playoffs, and it's second time in 3 years. You did not play in the first and 2 years ago in the playoffs, and I know that means something to you, right? And you kind of did a little soul searching 2 years ago when the Bills went down there to play in Jacksonville, and you were hurt and couldn't play, right? You thought about that a lot.
Oh, yes, sir, I did, man. So back then, 2 years ago, I was just watching my team down there, and it hurt because, you know, you wanted to be a part of those guys. And now I'm honored, very happy that get the opportunity to play in the playoffs. So, man, it was just a great feeling, though. I mean, I made it to the playoffs a couple years ago, but I didn't feel like I was part of the team because I didn't actually play. But now it's even better now. So, I mean, just get opportunity to seize the moment.
One thing, too, about your season, 30 tackles, 6.5 sacks, a career high, 1 forced fumble. And it's easy for people to look at that and say, well, that guy's in a contract year. He's playing like it. There's got to be more. Look, money's important. I don't discount that. But there's got to be more to it that indicates why you played the way you have played this year. It's not just, I'm a contract year guy, right?
No, there's more to that. You know, I just want to always be that guy. They drafted first round to do that, to fet the passer, play the run, and I got the opportunity. There's most snaps I've been playing throughout my career is just this year. So, man, I just been making the most of the opportunity, trying to make big plays, and it's been working out great for me. I got to continue going.
As you look back on it, what came first, the opportunity or the performance?
Man, I just needed the opportunity to show I can rush the passes on third down and things like that. So, I mean, these last 6-7 weeks, I had an opportunity to show what kind of player I was and rush the game. So it's just been that. And I just continue to develop my game, continue to work in week in and week out to be a better pass rusher and affect the quarterback. Try to come up there with a big field and try to beat him with some sacks.
I got one more for you, too, and this goes to off the field. So the Bills play Thanksgiving Day in Dallas, and you had that couple of days off that weekend, and you went home to South Carolina, your hometown of Central South Carolina, which it's kind of near Spartanburg, where we were in August, right?
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir.
And you had a children's thing, right? A holiday children's party.
Oh, yes, sir. I had my 4th annual Christmas event back in South Carolina. I usually do it every year. Something new I did this year. I just get a bunch of kids in that area, take them shopping, and they had a holiday spirit with them, you know. I was that kid in the same shoes having the opportunity. I used to go with the Clemson basketball team and do the same thing. So I always told myself if I had the opportunity to make some money and be able to give back to my community, I'd love to do that.
And we're in Central. It's close to Spartanburg, right?
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes from.
Oh, that's all.
It's really right there with Clemson, Central and
Okay.
Clemson. So
All right.
they right there.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, congratulations. That's a great event. I'm glad you did it. 4th annual, too.
Yes,
That's
sir.
something that's obviously part of your life. That's awesome to see, and those kids looked happy, too. That was-
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, Shaq, thanks for this. Thanks for
Thanks
coming
for
in
coming
after
in,
practice.
man.
We
No problem.
appreciate
I
it.
love this show. Thanks for
Oh,
having
yeah,
me.
thank you.
Yeah, happy
Thanks for saying that. Why do you love the
Thanks
show?
for coming.
Yeah, I love the show because I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all be having my highlights on there, and I like to sit back and look. And I feel like I'm looking on myself on live TV, looking
That's
at this.
right.
So it's
Exactly
great.
what's going on here.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what Perfect.
Shaq Lawson, Bills
Hi,
defensive
Shaq.
end. Steve and I coming back. One Bills Live, presented by Kaleida Health. This is Buffalo Bills Radio.